So guys, I done messed around and misgendered my bird. So I'm back to the drawing board. I have to come up with another name for my yellow bird because that actually is a male and it's not two females. But that is not what this video is about today. I want to talk about the evilness that is rearing its ugly head right now in light of the whole Cassie and Diddy case that's going on, which really wasn't a Cassie and Diddy case because if I'm correct, because I don't follow celebrity stuff like that, like I just know enough, I get the gist of it and then I move on because I have other shit to do. I can't be invested in what those people have going on with their lives because it does nothing for my life. But if I have this figured out correctly, she had been settled her stuff with that $30 million thing that had went on, like he had paid her. And it was supposed to have been done after that. I think that Diddy had got caught up with some other stuff. Other things started coming to light, and that's when, you know, they raided his house and all that good stuff. And Cassie happens to be like a witness or something like that in his case. But I don't know. I could be wrong on it because I don't follow celebrity stuff like that. But what I do know, I did see the video of what he was doing to her in that hotel room, and you cannot deny that. And I read like some of the transcripts, so I know a victim when I see a victim. And a lot of people are saying, oh, she wanted it, you know, nasty things like that. And I absolutely don't think she wanted it. You gotta think, he was a grown ass man when he was like in his 30s or something like that, and she was 19 when they first got together. For you guys that like dating older chicks and think that, you know, older women are crazy or jealous when, you know, but anyways, so yeah, that young, I'm pretty sure her mind was getting programmed. Your mind is a woman, if I'm not mistaken, a woman's mind isn't fully developed until she's 21. Or is it the guys that are 21? They may have upped it now. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, she's like still fresh out of high school. Like she don't know the real world. And that was probably her first man that she's been with. So yeah, she was programmed. She was coached. Just like a lot of women say that certain older guys do with younger women. He did that to her. So when you're weak, especially if you don't have a voice yet and you're weak, I don't know, the brain responds to trauma in ways that you wouldn't think that it should. And I would give y'all an example of something that is trauma that people lean into, a lifestyle that they lean into. But I'm not going to say it because I think it would be too inappropriate for me to be that direct on YouTube. So yeah, you guys figure it out on your own. But she was like trained to do these things, and I'm pretty sure she was thinking in her mind like, I have to do these things because if I don't, then my career is over. I'm going to lose this man. He's giving me all of this stuff, da 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 da. I'm giving my standpoint from her abuse situation, and that's why she had got out of the situation. She had got out of the relationship. She had moved on. She got married, had kids. That was it. That was it with her life. She didn't want anything to do with him anymore. She was somebody that was mentally, physically, emotionally abused, and she found the strength and got out of that situation. And it was other women that had said the same thing, that was like low-key saying things about Diddy, but they're not coming out and telling their story about it. But like apparently people been knowing about this stuff. But the shit that I've been seeing online talking about that she wanted it, she was an active participant. Fucking Boosie, he's so disgusting. He is a parasite, in my opinion. Talking about he needs to up his freaky, da 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 da. He's disgusting. He's absolutely disgusting. Because if you read the details that she was saying in the transcript, what decent human would want those things done to them? Actively want those things done to them? The abuse that she had to go through, such as like the sores in her mouth and her getting the reoccurring UTIs. Do you really think, like, come on, do y'all really think a woman wants that? Any human, not even just a woman. Do you think any human will want to go through that and continue to go through that and devalue themselves for the sake of pleasing somebody else, making somebody else happy? Because you're stripped of your power, or at least you feel like you're stripped of your power, and you're giving it all away to somebody else. Now, how would that make you feel? I mean, a lot of you may not be able to think like that because you may not have been in that situation, or you may have never witnessed anybody in a situation where they're being abused. But I've seen these things before. I've seen it. I know there's this girl that I went to school with. She was recently murdered because of her child's father. And she wanted to stay in that situation. She was putting up with a lot of stuff that she didn't need to put up with in order to make him happy, to, keep her family together. And, she ended up being murdered for that. And he was a jail officer. He was a corrections officer. So, yeah, just been seeing horrible, horrible things online. And this one girl that I went to school with, I didn't see her post because I don't have a Facebook page, but somebody told me, and this is a guy that had told me this too, had told me, he was like, hey, look what they just said. It's her and her sister. And they were basically saying that Cassie deserved it. What else they say? At least she got paid for it. And it's like, what the fuck are you? Like, what are you as a woman to say that about another woman? But if you all were to see these women and to see how they live their lives, you'll be like, oh, okay, it makes sense then. Because one of them, she lost custody of her two kids. The other two she just had, and all of her kids, she has 4 kids total. All of them have different dads. She just had twins, and who knows who the father of that kid is, what those kids are. And her sister, just filth, complete filth, disgusting. The narrative that she pushes, she's basically like a clone of Lotto or what other, Meg the Stallion, Glorilla, she's kind of tamed down. But yeah, she's like an archetype of those type of women. Like, she makes her music and the way she dressed based on what they're doing. And it's really strange, but just the evilness that I'm seeing online, and it's like, where are y'all getting this stuff from? Where in your body, your space, is there like a black hole, just emptiness, and there's just no empathy that's there? Because Cassie, is bad enough that she's having to relive this shit anyways. It's bad enough she's having to relive it and actually have to put this stuff out there, and then for the public to come along and say the most evil and vile stuff, and for it to come from women. I haven't been seeing a lot of women say stuff like rude stuff yet, at least, because I don't really read the comments. But for those 2 girls that I went to school with to come out and say something like that, and you're a woman, y'all are women too, like, what the fuck are you? And another one of them was like, well, everybody's been raped before. Who? Not everybody has been raped. Like, why would you want to put that energy on everybody, or put it on others, just because that's something that you went through? Just because that's something that you went through, don't try to paint it like this is a regular thing. This is normal. That is not normal. That is not normal for anybody to endure. That's not normal for anybody and act for anybody to want to commit. So for you to come out and say, oh, everybody's been raped, at least she got paid for it. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Like, y'all are disgusting. But I only wanted to shed light on the evilness that is showing itself now. I don't know what's going on with society. Maybe it's because CERN opened up that portal. I don't know what it is, but it's just ugliness. Like, demons are really walking this planet, but they don't look like what you think they will look like in your mind. They look like everyday people. And you probably had conversations with these people too, because they're being controlled. They're in control. You got to think, Satan sends minions out to do its job. Satan sends minions out to do its job. Satan's not going to do it. So those minions find a weaker vessel and they take on, they hop inside that human's body. At least this is what I think. But, I'm really out there when it comes to stuff. All right. Broad, extremely broad mind. I'm super open-minded with things. But yeah, that's what I personally think is going on. And they're walking around. But a lot of people in the comment sections on these pages, they're not even really humans. A lot of them aren't real humans in my opinion. I think they're just bots and they're evening out the algorithm. They're trying to lower your vibration, your vibrations. And that's the easiest attack on humans is to use the computer because, we're so technology advanced now. So what simple way to bring the vibration down than to be a bot in the comment section, and you're arguing with people. And this is why I'm very mindful of what I give my attention to. I may make a statement, but I'm not going to get to a point where I'm losing my cool and I have to call people's names, because if I have to call you names, I'm losing my power. And I can't, that's too expensive for me to give away. I cannot give my power away to somebody I don't even know. Somebody that I would never see in life. And that could possibly be a freaking bot. I just look at it that way. But yeah, you guys let me know what you guys think about this whole Cassie and Diddy situation. This is more than likely going to be the only video that I'm doing on that, because I just wanted to point out the ugliness. And I want to know where the ugliness is coming from. Why would people convince themselves to say these things? And it's somebody like Boosie who has all those damn kids and just can't get it right himself. This man use the word I, not the word I, the letter I, as in I, me. He puts that as a lowercase. Like, and maybe I'm being petty, but that's not somebody that I really want to take advice from. Like, a lot of his words that shouldn't be hard to spell, he be having a hard time, like, through and through, and like shit like that. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. What have you guys been seeing in these comment section or hearing people say about this whole situation pertaining to abuse and trafficking and things of that nature? Let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you resonated with any of this or you are fucking with my point of view. I'd love to hear from you guys. Peace.